everyone.
What's up guys, Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be discussing the Phase 5 slate for the future of the MCU. Of course, we're going to hop right on into it. In this video we are going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well as a read. Marvel Studios has delayed the entirety of its remaining Phase 5 slate movies and some of its shows, offering up new release dates to 4 upcoming superpowered blockbusters, specifically the movies. Kicking back off in February of this year with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Phase 5 of the MCU was initially set to run through the end of the upcoming Thunderbolts film, including titles like Blade, Deadpool 3, and Captain America: Brave New World. However, things look a little bit different now, thanks to the dueling strikes in Hollywood that are now finished with the writers and actors, both of which are now resolved as I had mentioned. The Red Brand has had a reshuffle in its lineup yet again as the entertainment industry was forced to hit pause for more than 3 months. So, that there being said, a number of Phase 5 movies have been reshuffled around with some new release dates looking. So, with delays hitting Phase 5, here are some of the new release dates for all of the MCU movies that have been affected. Starting out with the first one, Deadpool 3, which really wasn't actually all that much affected since it is still releasing next year. Easily the biggest question mark for the MCU during this year's job action in Hollywood pause was if Deadpool 3 would stick to that May of 2024 release date, initially set to hit theaters on May 3rd of 2024. The R-rated comedy has been bumped up 2 months and will now be released on July 26th of 2024, facing a very minor delay in comparison to all of these other MCU movies, and is actually surprisingly the only Marvel movie releasing next year. The Ryan Reynolds-led blockbuster was in the midst of its filming and production when it was shut down because of the actors' strike, respectively. So production will resume as soon as possible, if not has already done so at the time of recording and publishing this video, as Marvel Studios races to make sure that the new July date can actually stick. According to director Sean Levy, they are about halfway through the filming, so there's plenty of time and work to be done for the superpowered threequel. Next up on our slate is Captain America: Brave New World. Another MCU movie that was mid-production just about so, before having to hit the pause button until the SAG-AFTRA job action came to an end, was Captain America: Brave New World. Anthony Mackie's big screen debut as Marvel's Star-Spangled Banner as the brand new Captain America was previously going to come into theaters on July 26th of 2024. However, as I had mentioned, Deadpool 3 now takes that spot. This was meant as Captain America 4 has been moved down the slate, coming to theaters on February 14th of 2025. Brave New World has wrapped its filming when Hollywood had shut down in mid-July, leading some to believe that the movie had a chance of actually moving up in the Marvel slate. So, for as of why they had actually finished the production and filming of this movie, but yet still delay it nearly a year and a half, is beyond me, and I really don't understand it, to be honest. Although, what I have heard is that they're going to be doing some extensive reshoots at that. So really, the time is going to be needed for this movie and for it to get it done correctly and make sure it turns out great. And to be honest with you guys, I think it's a great thing that a number of these movies are being delayed with this whole superhero fatigue and oversaturation going on at that. It feels nice to take a step away and say, wait, there's only going to be one Marvel movie next year? It feels kind of refreshing, and it feels like that homework kind of attitude almost it feels when it comes to watching some of these movies. It doesn't really feel there all that much. Also, given onto as of how this is going to be the only, Marvel movie releasing next year for Deadpool 3, it seems that a lot of people are going to make an effort to actually go out and see it, and not just say, oh, there's going to be another one in another month or so. Next up, discussing Thunderbolts. While once planned as the end cap to Phase 5 of the MCU, Thunderbolts now will be the second to last movie instead, as to this particular sect of the Marvel Studios story with this phase. This superpowered band of losers, led by Florence Fugh's Yelena Belova, David Harbour's Red Guardian, and Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes, previously were supposed to grace the silver screen starting on December 20th of next year, 2024, but will now release 6 months later in July 25th of 2025. Marvel had set this past summer aside to film Thunderbolts, but because of the actors and writer strikes was not allowed to move forward, causing such a big delay. The movie will now likely be filmed in the spring or summer of 2024 as Marvel Studios clears the chamber for some of its other movies and projects, shows as well, that were unfinished when the strike had commenced. I'm definitely very excited for the Thunderbolts movie, and it's actually more than likely to actually be rated R, as it's been described as pretty much a DC's Suicide Squad, but for Marvel. That, of course, isn't to say that, those characters are going to die or anything by those means. It's kind of bringing that kind of attitude and overall genre, or theme much rather, to the MCU with this movie. Next up, and lastly on our list, we have the Blade movie. We've heard a lot about this, and not a lot of good things about this though. The movie was first announced of its bunch, and now that the one will come out as the latest as Mahershala Ali's Blade. The vampire slaying has suffered several delays over the past couple of years at this point, with this last one moving it from February 14th of 2025 to November 7th of 2025, still releasing in 2025. This delay comes after months of production troubles plaguing the MCU Blade reboot movie. It was recently written with the film in its midst of an extensive rewrite, coming nearly a year after the movie underwent a directing change mid-development as well. So aside from rewrites, I think it was on its third or fourth rewrite at this point, and changing around its director as well, it's a bit in shambles, but to say the least, Mahershala Ali is very talented and is actually taking on a bit of a role when it comes to the directing. With concerns staring at the amount of how Ali's satisfaction with the overall state of the Blade movie, hopefully this delay is the best thing that could actually happen for the project, as Marvel Studios aims to get things right for it. This year, all being said, this is all of the Phase 5 or remaining Phase 5 MCU movies that are all going to be releasing, not in 2024, except for Deadpool 3, but much rather have been delayed to 2025 and their new respective release dates. This year, all being said, guys, I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What do you guys want to see with the future of Marvel and their movies? I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial MCU. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Peace out.